Good morning, everyone. I wanted to talk to one of the candidates, black belt candidates this year. Jeffrey, thank you for making the time this morning. We didn't rehearse this. This is something I like to do with all the candidates. And since we're just starting this journey, and I wanted to know, first of all, what does a black belt mean to you? They're kind of like a little bit of the essay. Why do you want to get your black belt this year? And what are you kind of doing? Because you're doing it with your daughter, which is pretty cool, doing that whole journey together. But I wanted for you to kind of share with me, what are you doing, why are you doing it, and what are you doing now to prepare after you saw the ground rules video?
So I would say first and foremost, this is something that I've wanted to do since I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
And I procrastinated many, many years to get started. So
And you and everybody else I know,
right.
right? Everybody has ever, I think all men at one time wanted to become
want that black belt. You want
Yes,
that black belt.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
What I've learned in the time that I've been studying with you is that the black belt itself is really it's a symbol. There's nothing in my mind. There's nothing magic about it. It's not a hard, definite goal in the sense that there's a stop after it. It is a very significant step on a much larger journey. And in fact, I look at it, in my mind, it's the end of the beginning. That's the way I look at it. And then there's just so much more to do and to learn and to experience beyond black belt. But so that's my initial thoughts about black belt.
Great.
Why I want it is I don't know that I can really answer that effectively. It is something that's just a deep desire that I have. As I've been practicing, I've come up with other things that excite me about getting a black belt. For instance, doing it with my daughter. I have a 10-year-old daughter that should be 11 when we go for the test later this year. That excites me. The fact that we're doing that together. I'm doing that with another generation. But I would go back to what you said. It's just I've always had this desire to do it. I think there is a sense of knowing that I could that I could defend myself, but it's not just that. It's not just about self-defense course. It's a sense of confidence that you go through your daily life with. You wake up with a sense of confidence and accomplishment, and you just carry that with you. It goes with you everywhere you go. I've experienced that growing in my self since I was a white belt, and I can only imagine that confidence is going to hit even higher points as I go along.
What was your experience listening to the ground rules?
The ground rules. It was a throwdown of the gauntlet. I would say you lit a fire under me that has not been lit in the same way since I trained to run a marathon in 2004, which is 14 years ago. So I have, for instance, just as one example, I have not got up and jogged in 9 years. Since that video, and that was just this week. So since that video, I've already gotten up at 5:15 a.m., meditated, and gone for a 2.5-mile run. And I've done that twice. I'm going to do it again on Saturday. And next week I'm going to start increasing a little bit, and I'm going to try to, eventually work on speed. But sorry to get down into the details, but your video and the list, the list that you sent out, for me, have been incredibly instructive, and it's made the goal even more clearly defined.
Any part of it you had a hard time with, like making your bed in the morning?
I have not made my bed in the morning since I've been married, primarily because I get out before my wife.
Right.
So you said something in the video, and when I just sort of glossed over that in the list. But when I heard your video and you said, just make your side of the bed, and I was like, I got to make my side of the bed. So I've done that. I've been doing that. Good. And I know that in my initial application, I did not commit to making my bed every morning, but I will go back and change that now, and I'm going to do it. There's a lot of things on that list that are going to be very, very difficult, very challenging.
Right. So there's going to be people who this process is going to be very superficial. They're going to go through it like nothing. Yeah. Then there are people like you who are going to take it serious. And I'm going to tell you, the benefit is going to come from the journey, from the work you put into this. right? That's what it's all about. The more you value it, the better it gets. I cannot tell you enough as a parent, right? You being a role model for your kids, right? And I always tell people, one of the first reasons I think Black Belt quit, and I think we went this over the ground rules, is that they know and I know that they didn't deserve it.
They didn't do their best.
Right. And that's the one, to me, that's the number one reason they stop. So I create the opportunity. As a teacher, I create the opportunity. I point. I don't take people, right? People have to do the work. They have to go off there and, do all this stuff. Ground rules is something the parents should stick by. If the parent, one time, say, oh, honey, it's okay, don't worry about it. I'll tell Sister Variables you did it. If they don't make the bed. If you do that one time, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting that child up for failure. So it's not a matter of getting away with it. You just got to allow them to say, you know what, you didn't do it today, no problem. Have the courage to go tell Sensei, I didn't make my bed today. I need help with that. Not to come and tell me you didn't do it because I'm going to punish you, but instead of, I'm going to help you with that. And that builds courage in the kids, right? Some of the adults of not having soda, I mean, that's a huge thing for some people, right?
Yep.
Or not having alcohol for this period of time. I've had people who literally quit drinking because of that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's just more of an awareness. Are you doing anything differently as a parent for your daughter?
Absolutely. I think that now this is concurrent with me starting to meditate again.
Right.
Okay, so I decided as part of this journey, I'm also going to start meditating every day.
Good.
And so I think that having that quiet space in the morning, especially, really helps me start my day off calmer. I can become a very excited parent, and I have 4 kids. So it can get really loud at my house, and I'm a part of that, often the biggest part of that. And so I've really endeavored to tone it down, calm it down. I'm still going to be as disciplined as ever, but that can be done in a more respectful, calm,
Awesome.
Peaceful way. You can still be forceful and peaceful.
Awesome. Well, thank you for making time, Jeffrey. I want to leave you with one thought really quick. And I don't think I've ever shared this before. But there's 2 ways you can go about your black belt testing. You can, like a mountain, you can climb this mountain just because you want to be seen on top of the mountain. Or you can climb the mountain to see what the view is from the top. I don't know if that makes sense. I heard that from a mountain climber that just kind of sat in my heart. Like, I'm like, oh, that is so true, because I don't care if I'm seen there. I don't care if I post it. I don't care if I, whatever. But man, the view, the private victory that you have in that moment and from that moment on will change your life, I think. Anyway, we'll leave you with that. Happy Thursday, everyone.